So the question I got for you is like with everything going on, let's start with the virtual learning because Simone's doing virtual learning. 4 out of 5 of mine are doing virtual learning. What you think about
Four out
that?
of five. That sounds like you just gave a health statistic. 4 out of 5 kids are taking virtual learning. Oh
so
my gosh, man.
so
That just sounds so funny. You hear about those. 4 out of 5 kids are currently learning via Chromebook.
yeah, there is. Shout out to Tangi, Kevandre, Shania, Keontae, Kevion. Love y'all. But yeah, so what do you think about the virtual learning? Because it has its
So I'm
challenges.
kind of it's drop some. Oh well, it must not have been too important. Um, I'm kind of mixed on it. It's hard. Trying to work and do everything and help out, and a lot of it's helping her navigate. And Simone's pretty smart, so
Mm-hmm.
that makes it a little easy.
Yeah.
But I take a different approach. I like the challenge one, but it also gives an opportunity to kind of see her learning and to help supplement so she can learn about things like
Mm-hmm.
you know um we taught her about saving money and how that works, and we're still working on that. And we taught her about certain famous black people or important and influential
Mm-hmm.
black people from time to time when we talk about like history. And we get to see her reading, and she gets to read more, and she gets that one-on-one time, and that's fun. And I used to be a tutor for almost 20 years on the side,
Yeah.
so that kind of helps. It helps a whole lot, but it's different when it's your own child. But I'm enjoying it. It's hard. It's not easy, but I look at it instead of complaining and fussing about all the things that aren't getting done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just enjoying the time, man.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I know it's a hard experience, especially for Simone, who's really getting into the school thing, and then for Tangi, who's a senior this year, and you actually made it
Yeah,
to be a senior. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you know how big your
yeah.
senior year was. So I would say that's kind of a downfall. But they had in Augusta, they had the parents had the choice, and I'm glad Tasha made the choice to keep them home. Because I mean, yeah, they want to be there face to face, but I mean, your health and your safety is way more important. And
Train.
um, but your health and your safety is way more important. I haven't really been there much for Keontae's virtual learning because I'm at work during the day all the time. But I mean, they're handling it well. They have it
Mhm.
set up well. The only thing that gets me is it's not quite time for me to wake up yet. And I hear the teacher fussing at other students like, take your blanket off. Why you got your blanket on? Cut your light on. Why your light ain't on? Where your mama at? And I'm just like, man, Keontae, put your headphones on.
Oh man, listening to those kids are
Man.
hilarious.
And for
So,
Tangi, Dre, and Shania, they're doing it, man. That's all I can say. They're going through the motions.
mhm,
They're taking it very well. I mean, Dre still plays football, so they still do football practice and everything like that. Oh, and
mhm.
we actually went to one of his games this week, and my boy was looking like me out there, cracking boy. I was like, "Woo, look at him go!"
What you mean? Not playing?
No,
Sit on the
man,
bench?
get out of
Oh,
here with that nonsense. But man, he hit a dude. Man, he hit a block, and but it was like he had to be about 7, 8 inches taller than him, man. So Dre hit that block, and that dude said, "Pap, pap" on his back. I was like, "Look at my boy. Now that's how you do it." I'm sounding like Will Smith and Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? Now that's how you drive. But yeah. So but other than that, they're doing it. Clayton County, they
mhm,
might be going back face to face real soon. It's looking like it
mhm.
might be like 8 students per classroom, something like that.
Okay.
But it's it is what it is. We just gotta get with the times, man. As of right now, this is the new normal. So.
Yeah. I mean, one of the other things too I add is one of the things, since Kim and I both work from home, I've got the experience as a tutor, and we can both kind of switch off when we need to, when
Hmm.
work gets busy or there's something we got to deal with. But the way I think about it is kind of like with this time, and the way I think more people should behave
Hmm.
is thinking about others just as much as you think about yourself. I mean,
Hmm.
yes, you got to make sure you and your family are taken care of, but things like this don't get better until we work together.
Yeah.
That's like a slogan. Things don't get to. Hmm. I'm gonna write that down and
Hands
patent
across America, face.
Hey,
but no, you're absolutely and positively right, man. With that particular aspect of it and the other craziness, you know what I'm saying? There's a
yeah.
median in there somewhere, and we just got to find it.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is, there are some parents out there. Shout out to all the essential workers out there
Oh
and
yeah.
all those people that working hard every day
Mm-hmm.
to make sure we have the things we need,
Yep.
making sure we're safe. Um, but some of them can't afford to be home or don't have the luxury to be home and don't have
Right.
a job where being home makes sense.
Right.
So not being selfish, having Simone stay home and go to school reduces the class size, helps increase that social distancing
Yeah.
and all the things that the science tells you. And I mean that's the other side of it too. When you look at it from more than just yourself, which some people don't do,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's really one of the cool things too. And granted, she's a people person and she misses her people, but
Yeah, she is.
she some of her some of her friends are in class, so that helps out a little bit.
So, and another thing I noticed, like how what high tech equipment like the NFL has, for instance, like they have the little clips where they have the watches that turn red or turn green and state of the
Mm-hmm.
art thermostats. I mean thermometers, excuse me, and all types of this other high speed stuff. Whereas us war fighters and essential workers, it's just here's these questions. We're gonna take your temperature. Go to work. Like, and that's it. And we got to train.
Yeah.
We got to, what I'm saying. We got to be involved and possibly, especially in the military as a whole. It's almost impossible to stay 6 feet apart constantly. It's not impossible to do it
Yeah.
because we've done it, but to constantly stay apart, it's hard to do, even with your mask on and everything like that. I mean, we went out to train a couple of weekends ago, and shout out to my first sergeant and them because they did their thing, making sure everybody was safe during the training exercise. But I was putting on hand sanitizer like it was going like run out or something, man. I think my hands got sore. I put so much hand
Oh
sanitizer
man,
on, man. Like,
when this stuff first started, man, hand sanitizer with a cut on your hand
oof,
is no joke.
my hand
No
is on
joke.
fire. Man, and you always find cuts that you did not know was there.
Oh, I didn't even know it was like right there or something. And I guess from washing my hands so much, my hands were dry.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I felt like my whole hand was about to melt off.
But yeah, man, I think as opposed to the entertainers, which I'm not knocking the entertainers, the pro football stars and things like that, but I mean essential workers and stuff like that, we should have those state of art equipment for detection and prevention and everything like that. Versus you just put this on, here's your hand sanitizer, wash your hands, and good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree with you 100%. And I think one of the things that can happen from those organizations like the NFL, the NBA, they support the troops and everybody else and little snippets on Veterans Day or whatever. And they'll wear like, certain stuff during certain games or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the way you find ways to support those that are out there on the front lines, being it the nurses, the doctors. And one thing I want to really point out too is, a lot of times what I hear is that when they talk about the folks in the hospitals, they talk about the nurses and the doctors all the time. I really, really, really want to shout out to those janitors.
Oh yeah,
and those people that are keeping the place clean. Because without them, nothing else would be happening. Because I mean, I've seen them folks, working hard,
oh yeah.
and they do a lot, and they are definitely the unsung heroes in this thing, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Along with the kitchen staff and security, because I did security at the hospital. It's hands on when you gotta put hands on. So I definitely, hey,
ladies and gentlemen, the world's smallest security guard. Right.